All right.
Oh,
Welcome
sorry.
to the Rockwell Rundown, episode 4, I think. So I filmed an episode with my two brothers last week, and it went pretty poorly because we did it really early and we had stayed up super, super late the night before. So that's why we skipped the week. I didn't like how the episode turned out, and I really don't want to be posting just whatever. I want it to be good quality. But today, I am joined by my wife. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
No shyness. What do I say?
I just told you to introduce yourself. You just tell people your
Okay.
name.
Hi, I'm Danae.
There we
That's
go.
it.
Okay. And we've been talking about doing this. We're going to be doing a different kind of, I don't know, different subjects today that me and my wife are very passionate about. We often get lost in these kinds of conversations that we'll be bringing up all the time. And we always feel like maybe we can give some insight and helpful information to people based on a lot of things, a lot of stuff to do with relationships, but even more so than that. But yeah, so I don't know what this schedule will look like, how we feel after the end of this episode, but I've got a list of topics here, and after we both looked at it, I think we're both pretty excited to talk about it because it's a lot of different things, and most of these things we have talked about, but we feel like we can share those things, and maybe maybe somebody can use it as advice and help
Yeah.
themselves because I definitely feel like my wife and I have a pretty good relationship. In my opinion, it's a perfect relationship. I feel like it's very balanced. I don't know how you feel.
I feel the same. Just people will say that there's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
perfect relationship.
I think that's
But I
kind of
think
what
they
makes it
because they
perfect.
see it as perfect, meaning no arguments, no
Oh
none of
yeah.
this. I think people still see it that way, and they're like, "Well, there's no way." But that's
Mhm.
not what perfect is in a relationship.
Mhm.
It's just being like loving each other, I guess,
Yeah. No.
and a bunch of other things. That's what
Yeah.
makes it perfect.
A lot of people will definitely say that. They'll think that, oh, they don't get in arguments and stuff like that, or if you do get in arguments, that it's not a perfect relationship. And I actually
Yeah,
think if you're not getting in disagreements, then you guys are obviously like holding things back because you're
yeah,
not always going to be on the same page or agree with one another
yeah,
a lot, almost every day. But
yeah.
it's like little things,
Right.
and you always just work through them.
Yeah,
So.
things that could get fixed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think our first one I want to talk about for sure is this number one. The first year of marriage and what nobody tells you.
Oh, jeez.
So we can give a little story on how we
Five
got
years later,
together. Yeah, we've been together for 5 years. No, no, not 5 years, almost five
almost.
years.
Yeah,
And so we've been married for 3, together for
almost.
4,
Yeah,
but we're pretty close to 5 years together.
yeah.
And
Which is crazy. I was just thinking
uh,
about that on my way home this morning.
what, that we've been together for
Yeah, I'm
this
like, oh
long?
my gosh, I can't believe that it's been 5 years.
Hmm.
Like, and so much has happened.
I know. Yeah,
Good things.
this is definitely the furthest I've ever gone in a relationship. We own a house together, a vehicle together. We have a kid together,
Yeah,
3 kids in total.
right.
Yeah, this is definitely crazy. But I think the first year of our marriage, honestly, like the first year of us being together, and
Hmm.
then that first year to get of being married, it was all still a lot to learn about each other
Yeah,
because the way we
especially
met,
yeah because we went fast.
yeah, we
I
were
would
very,
say.
very quick because we
Yeah.
both knew exactly what we wanted, but there was still a lot of kinks to work out. We just
Right.
knew that we wanted to be together,
Yeah.
and that's always a good thing
Yeah.
if you
Sure.
have that. At least that's what I think. If you at least know that you guys both equally want to be with each other as bad as the other person,
Exactly.
then you should be able to work everything out as
Yeah.
long as you're being open minded. But we met on Tinder
Hmm.
and we played. So I messaged her. Wasn't even sure if it was a real account when I messaged her. She had 2 selfies on there, no bio,
Yeah,
and it
because I was gonna
was.
delete it. Well, because I had deleted it already
Hmm.
a couple of times, and then I would go back on it and delete it. Then finally that one time I was like, I'm not like putting effort into any of it. So I just posted it,
Uh-huh.
and then that's when you saw it, I guess. And I was
Yeah.
gonna delete it even that night.
Well, I got lucky because
Yeah,
I
which is
swiped on
crazy.
her and messaged her, didn't even send her a pickup line or nothing.
Mm-mm.
Just
Just
said,
hey.
"Hey." She responded. It was a pretty good pickup line, and she
It worked.
yeah, I invited her over to my apartment at the time, which was actually insane that you even showed up. When I
I
really
know
do
when
think
I
about
think
it,
about it, I'm like, wow, that was very unsafe of me. Because
yeah,
now I'm worrying all the time about those kinds of things.
yeah, because we didn't even like really
But
message the day
yeah,
before. We
yeah.
just kind of talked briefly, and then I invited you, and you said yes, and then it also I had this dating game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh my gosh, what the heck was it called?
We're
Oh
not
yeah,
strangers.
yeah, we're really not
Yeah,
strangers or something
we're
like that.
not
I saw it
strangers.
on
Something.
TikTok, and I really wanted to play it,
Yeah.
and I finally got to play it, and it was a great game. I highly recommend this game to anybody who is, dating somebody, or if you're like
Yeah.
already in a relationship, because we've played it like I think a few, maybe like 3 times. We like
Yeah.
revisit the game, and it's kind of nice because it makes you open up and ask a lot of questions. And that was also kind of the idea because I remember before you had told me
Yes.
you're like, I'm pretty
Talk.
shy
Yeah.
and stuff, and I'm like, and I'm not that
I'm
way.
not
I don't care.
outgoing whatsoever. And
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
very outgoing and I like to talk
Yeah.
and stuff. So I wasn't really concerned.
Yeah,
And
you do.
then, yeah, I've already been talking probably 20 minutes on this. But we had this game and I knew that it would be fine if we played it. But um, skipping all that, we end up getting together. Let's stay on topic of the first
Yeah.
year of us being together. So this is where all the things are getting like crazy. So when I invite her over, or when I So she worked at US Cellular at the time, and I
Mm-hmm.
was working for the school district. I barely saw her. She worked all the time, every day.
Nights, weekends, all the
Yes.
times that you were not at work,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, pretty much. So I never saw her. I think I saw her like a couple hours once a week for
Yeah.
like a couple of months, and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And
Mm-hmm.
and I told her she either needed to leave her job or move in with me
Well,
because
both, I guess.
yeah, it was basically both.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I didn't necessarily care if you stayed. I just knew that I needed to see you more
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is not right. Like,
Because you were obsessed with me.
I was very obsessed with her. And so I convinced her to move in with me, and that way I could see her more, at least in hopes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still didn't really see her that much more. But when I asked her to move in, I said, "Oh yeah, we'll just split the rent. We'll split utilities and stuff like that. Like if she was my roommate, which in hindsight, now that I'm like more mature and I like look at it a little bit differently, I think about how foolish that was. And because I asked her to move in with me, I was already covering everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh,
But
because
not long after that is when we had that conversation.
yeah, it wasn't too
Well,
long
like, wait
after.
a minute. He was already paying all this. I don't need to
Yeah,
lose all my money in, which I basically kind of did. All my
yeah.
savings.
It was a little bit of
But
loser roommate
it just,
mentality.
yeah, it was, because I thought the same thing too, though. It was like, well, I have to go 50-50 with this
Oh,
person
so
I'm
you
gonna live
did
with.
think it was okay
Yeah,
at first?
yeah, I did. But then I was like, like because I started working at the school
Uh huh.
once I moved in, and that wasn't covering most of my bills that I already had, and giving you money, it was out of my savings every single time, and then groceries or when I
Yeah.
was decorating the house or little things that I would do because I probably still get my nails done, or my lashes or
Oh
something.
yeah.
It was like all of my savings literally down to like $90, and then I was like, I I saw a TikTok. Honestly, I saw a TikTok, and it was about a sister talking about uh, her sister moving in with her boyfriend, and that she wasn't going to split the bills because he already lived there. And I was like, That's
I
actually
think I remember
so
you
smart.
showing me that
Yeah,
video
I
too.
think I sent it to you
Yeah.
because I was like, hold on, eye
And I was
opener.
like, damn, you know what? Maybe
Yeah.
she's right. Now I kind of feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I wish I would have seen it sooner, or we would have talked about that stuff before. But I
Hmm.
also thought that it was gonna have to be 50-50 though, so that's why we never really thought of having that conversation.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. And I also had no idea that she was just blowing through her money like that
Yeah,
until
it was
she
already
brought it
done.
up,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, like I had no idea this
yeah,
was even an issue.
right.
So rule no, right away, not a rule, but don't do the 50-50 thing, guys. If you
Yeah,
invite a woman to come and live with you,
yeah,
take my advice here, and I learned it. We learned it the hard way.
yeah.
But
Because she's going to spend money on the home already. Like she's
yes,
gonna do all these things to it, buy all these things for it, make you food or whatever.
yeah, especially because my apartment did not feel like anybody really lived in it.
Yeah,
It was just like a place I didn't even have Wi-Fi at the time, if I
yeah.
remember right. Oh no, I had
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
I don't
I had
remember.
just gotten Wi-Fi, and
Yeah,
I had
maybe
already
you
lived
had
there for
just.
like 2 years, and I barely got Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
It's because I would just like sleep there. That was pretty much it. And then I was just out all day.
yeah,
But anyways, so that was one of the first issues that came up,
yeah,
and then it rolled into actual relationship issues when it came to how we were communicating with each other.
yeah,
And this was a long process. This was a much longer process. But this one I think is probably the most important part of our story because
yeah,
now we literally communicate about everything, and you're gonna maybe laugh and think that we're like childish or silly on both ends with how we did go about these things, but it's just us trying to find a way to communicate how we feel
yeah,
and us understanding that we are each other's safe place.
yeah.
So like I can't even remember the first thing we ever disagreed on. I just remember you being upset with me. I
Yeah,
remember
I
her
don't
being upset with me
remember why I
for
was
like a
so
week.
upset.
She wouldn't talk to me
Yeah, I
either.
think also it was like the stress about the money, the
Hmm.
stress about having to communicate that because I was not very good at that. I would just keep everything to myself. There was just so many things I think.
Uh-huh.
And then leaving my mom's house, obviously, my siblings, and I think it was just a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm not great at communicating, so I think I had blown up or something. I don't know.
I don't
I
remember you
don't
blowing
remember.
up.
Well,
Your
no,
blow
not
ups
blown
weren't
up
like
like
that.
that. I don't do that, but I mean, like I just was irritated, angry, or whatever.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I think it led to something else. No.
Well, it led to me trying to talk to her about it, and she would just like start crying. She would be quiet and then just start crying or something if I kept trying to talk to her
Yeah.
because
I
obviously
didn't want to
something was
talk.
wrong,
Yeah.
and she didn't want to talk about it. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I hated having to talk about
yeah.
problems or
And
whatever.
I already knew right away that that was like not okay. We
Not gonna
had to work
go.
through this because not talking about it for sure
Yeah.
is just going to make
Yeah.
resentment and stuff like that. And she knew that too.
Yeah.
She just didn't know.
It was just hard for me to
Yeah, it was just
actually.
hard.
Yeah.
And so I would definitely say that that was the hardest part. That was when I actually thought we weren't going to make it. And we've talked about that
Yeah.
because it was like all the time. Because there was like things that that maybe I was doing or wasn't doing that would upset her or something.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't tell me.
Right.
And so I'm like, and I'm not trying to use the trope of like I'm a guy, I don't know sometimes. But like I don't know
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And even now, like sometimes I just don't pay attention to the same things that she pays attention to.
Yeah. That's why there's
But
that thing that
yeah,
use. I think I don't know what's the correct term for it, but I think it was like setting them up
for
for
failure.
failure. Yeah, like we should also say what we want you to do,
Yes.
not like all the time, but especially in the beginning, like say what you need or say what you want, and like
Hmm.
then it could work itself out or whatever. And if it doesn't, then it obviously is not your person. But
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a firm believer that literally any relationship can work as long as you communicate and don't disrespect each other. Because
well, not really.
if you're not, well, like if
You
you're
have to
following the
love each other.
rules, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. If you're
Oh,
respecting each other, loving each other. Loving was implied in that.
Oh, I was like,
But
not everybody will.
like you could make any relationship work technically if you do respect each other, communicate, love each other,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. But somewhere in those, people miss it, and then that's why a relationship
Yeah.
fails.
Yeah.
Um,
That's true.
where was I going with that? Oh, but us trying to figure out how to talk because I would always try and tell her these things, and then she would say I would yell at her.
I know. It's like, but
uh,
when I get like on TikTok and it's like everybody has like gone through those things,
mhm.
like my wife always says that I'm yelling at her, but I'm just getting her in trouble for something or telling her she's
Yeah.
doing something wrong. Like, why are you yelling at me? That was literally me.
I know, and I would be like genuinely so frustrated where I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm like, ah,
And
leave
then
me
she would start crying
alone.
when I would be frustrated like that. Because I
You're
would be
cursing at me.
she'd be like, you're yelling at me. And I'm like, what? And then me doing that would upset her even more when I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah, it was
about?
just so back and forth.
Yeah, it was
But
funny.
something
It's
that we
funny looking
had to
back
work
at.
out,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah. And
Now I have
that's
no issue telling you.
no. Sometimes too much.
Too much.
Sometimes I wish she would go back so that she stopped.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But no, she's funny. But
Yeah.
I would definitely say that part because I don't know why. I think it's from my time spending with Father Luis and stuff, and like talking about that kind of stuff and
Hmm.
reassuring me that this thought process and like how to go about a lot of these things was good.
Yeah.
And so then I already knew exactly what I needed to do to try and make the relationship work, and I kind of need, and then I needed her to follow in.
Right.
Not saying that she didn't know what to do, but she had to like, because you have to like work on those skills to get
Yeah.
through it and
Yeah. Yeah, we
detach
really do.
yourself from your what how you feel sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
And we were young. Like,
yeah, we were,
yeah.
and we were both young parents.
Yeah.
We
So
both
that
brought
stress,
kids into it. We both
co-parenting.
had
Yeah.
stepchild together,
Yeah.
and
It
we're
was a
having to
lot.
co-parent with other people at the same
Right.
time, and
Yeah. Figuring out how we're gonna parent
yeah, and we also didn't
those
really have
two
that much
kids.
money either too on top of that.
Yeah, at that time.
But we definitely had the one thing that we had grounded right away was that we both knew that we loved each other
Yeah.
and we wanted it to work.
Yeah.
And then we knew that we had to work on like these other things, like get our money right, communicate, tell
Yeah.
each other what we need from each other so that we are staying happy because number one issue in most relationships is money.
Yeah.
And I knew that and she knew that. And so we did a really good job of trying to make sure that we always had money
Yeah.
to sometimes we had too much money and we'd go to Trace Cities all the damn time and spend it. But we were happy,
No
that's for
regrets.
sure.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have really that high paying jobs, but we sure acted like we had
I know, honestly.
But
We had a good time.
oh yeah, we definitely I think did a good job on that, and I feel like we've been like communicating like this since I don't know, maybe last year. No, honestly, probably February when we finally got the house.
Wait, about what? What are you talking? The money?
No, like,
Or
well,
what?
just like how we were communicating with each other and dealing with the money part of it because we didn't have a home
Yeah.
or a house.
Yeah.
We lived in an apartment, and then we she got pregnant, and we moved in with my parents, which thankful for my parents because in the end it ended up working, and she really didn't like the decision that I made, and that was to move out of the apartment, live with them because she was really pushing for a house, and obviously I wanted a house too, but I also knew that we were
That's
like
just
pretty freaking far away from getting one,
Yeah.
especially if we were having to pay rent, and our rent was already like pretty cheap,
Yeah.
but still we were still so far.
Hmm.
And honestly, at that time, we still didn't really have an idea
But I
of
think
like
it
what it
all
cost.
happened for a reason
Oh yeah,
because the apartment that we lived in shortly after that, they were remodeling or something.
I don't think
So
they
for
would
a
have
time,
remodeled it when we were there though.
well, it was a couple of apartments. I think they would have.
Do you think they would have made us move? You think so? Well, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And we
saw that
weren't
lady
even
the other
supposed to
day.
have kids there
Oh yeah,
anyways.
that's true. I forgot about that.
So I
Dang, I
think
forget
I
about
think it
that.
all just happened for a
Yeah,
to have a less stressful situation.
yeah. Well, we ended up moving in with my parents, and then that was already stressful because it was a
Hmm.
very busy house. My parents have a lot of kids. Very busy house,
And then our
loud.
new baby
Yeah,
and
and we had a new
our
baby.
kids and
And my wife has never lived in a house where there's that many people in there.
yeah,
And not
literally.
saying that like she was treated well, you can say whether or not you were treated poorly. I'm not going
I
to speak for
wasn't.
you. But I grew up in a crazy house where there was just people all over the place because we were a huge family, and she didn't grow up that way.
Yeah,
She didn't have a sibling until what, you were 10,
11. Yeah,
11.
yeah.
So like I am the oldest of six. So when I
And I
grew
only
up like
have
that way,
two. You
yeah,
have five others,
I was just like used to it.
and
Like
both your parents and
it was like if I hadn't
family.
even been gone, all the noise and stuff. I was just
Yeah,
like, oh, whatever, it's normal, you know.
not me.
And
Or
she
the
didn't.
pets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the pets
All
too.
of it is just very overstimulating.
Very overstimulating, especially when you're like, you just had a baby.
No sleep.
Yeah, no sleep. Either one
Yeah,
of us.
yeah,
She's not working, so she's home all day
yeah,
alone with the baby, and I'm working, and it was hard.
yeah.
And
Trying to get
then,
new jobs
yeah, we
and
got. Well, I went to the high school. It wasn't really that
yeah.
much of a new job.
No, but you got the other one.
That's what I'm getting into. So we have some hard times during in that
Yeah.
very short amount of time. Wait, we lived there for a year, didn't we?
Oh, well, yeah, like a year and a few months, I think.
Yeah.
Not 2 years though.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a long time ago.
It does, but it was we were just there.
Yeah, literally in January,
Yeah,
February.
February too, because we didn't move into March 3rd, I think.
That's actually crazy. It feels like we haven't lived there for a really long time.
Yeah.
But obviously we moved in though with my parents, and because they weren't gonna charge us rent, and we were just gonna try and save as much money as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we started doing. But we had like maybe like $1,000 at that time. And so during that time, we're saving as much as we can, and we have lots of hard times because it feels like there's no end in sight where we're gonna get the house because all the
Yeah.
houses feel like they're $1 million, and we're not gonna be able to get one.
Yeah. Especially like hearing like other people say like, "Oh yeah, I moved in with my parents for like 6 months and now I have my own house or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen for us, and I think that's when I was getting like frustrated and like
Mm-hmm.
because I just wished that that was our
Us.
situation because I just needed a house for my kids and I felt like I was running out of time, which I wasn't, but like I just I just felt like a terrible parent in a way
Yeah,
because I
which
needed them to have their own
sucks.
space. I needed them to have their own bedrooms, their
Mm-hmm.
backyard, like those little things that I would worry about in my own head and then frustrate me and be all stressed out
And
about
she would
it.
take it out on me. She didn't really have anybody else to talk to about it, so it would of course stress me out because I'm like,
Right.
look,
Because I'm
I'm
like, hurry up
trying.
and get me your house.
Yeah, and obviously I wanted it. I wanted to hurry too, but I wasn't wearing my stress how she wears it. I mean, she's
Yeah.
postpartum,
Yeah, literally.
and I'm over here like,
I'm
I'm
moving
stressed
in.
too. Like I want
Yeah.
this house. I want to get out of here too. You know. Of course, I like living with my family again, but at the same time, like
Yeah.
I'm a grown man and I want to
Yeah.
have my own house. I want to be able to take care of my own things, and
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted it just as bad as she did, and that's where some of our arguments would come from. Is that if she felt like I didn't care as much, and then
Right.
I'm like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean I don't care? You know? And but
Yeah.
anyways, we that's not me trying to pin that on you either, because like I said, she was postpartum.
Yeah.
Um, and it really didn't feel like we had that much. But then a house did come up, a rundown house, and we were very excited about it because we felt like it was in a price range that we could afford.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, at
So
that time.
soon.
And I hadn't switched my job yet.
Mhm.
And that was when our eyes had opened for how much it really was going to be to own a
Mhm.
house.
Yeah.
We had no clue.
Yeah.
And we ended up finding out that we actually can't afford this house. And it had to have a lot of work done before
Yeah. Yeah.
excuse me,
It's good we didn't. get the house.
Yeah, it is good in the end because we wouldn't have been able. It'd probably still be getting work done right now.
Yeah.
And then it definitely motivated me to get a new job, and I didn't want to leave my job because I liked the schedule I was on because I worked at the school, you get a lot of time off,
Mhm.
and I coach, so it was perfect for coaching, which
Mhm.
is what my real passion is, and I had a ton of time off to be with my wife and my kids,
Right.
but it was like
We're
not.
all on the same schedule.
Yeah, we're all on the same schedule because she worked at the school too.
Yeah.
And we really liked it because we had summers off.
Mhm.
But the downfall is that we did not make that much money. There's one thing that sucks about
Yeah.
education is that they don't pay. Honestly, even the teachers, the ones that have the degrees, I don't think they pay them enough.
Yeah.
They're helping mold society, and they're getting paid 60 grand. Some of them are getting master's degrees, and they're barely getting 60 grand. Like that's insane to
Yeah,
me.
they still have to pay off all their
Yeah,
loans if they have them, or
it's insane.
you know.
And I wasn't a teacher. I was a behavior. We were both behavior techs actually, and so we got paid quite a bit more than like an assistant or anything, but it still
No,
wasn't
it
enough.
still wasn't enough.
Um, so then I switched jobs, and that was scary for me because I had only ever worked at the school once I got out of college,
Mhm.
and best decision I made because right away well, actually no, not right away because I had I didn't know I wasn't making that much money. I was making less
Yeah.
at first when I went there, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then it finally got adjusted, and then I was making a bunch. Now I'm making way more money, like literally like $1,000 more
Yeah.
every
But
month.
now you don't have the same schedule and
Yeah, that's the sucky part. But
yeah.
that was the sacrifice that I had to make
Mhm.
in order to get to where we are right
Yeah.
now. And I'm not saying that she didn't make any sacrifices because she definitely made sacrifices. They just look different than mine
Yeah.
do. Um, in order to get there, and we were able to get a house, and it worked out. So like that first year of us being together when we first moved in was difficult, but we navigated it.
Yeah.
And then us trying to get a house, I think, was an important time period because that year of when Sulian was born was like obviously really hard. Honestly, as soon as you got pregnant and we had our wedding, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard for like 2 years, I would say. And then now we're in a really good place, and we have been since we've been here.
Yeah, honestly.
Because everything's just adjusted, and
Yeah. It's like everything went quiet, you know?
yeah, it's
Like no
it's
more
crazy.
stressing about all we worry about is the bills and they're always getting paid. So
Yeah, we're always paying them on time, and
and that's it.
yeah, we
We
have the
adjusted to
space.
your schedule with
Yeah,
your new job and I'm still
yeah.
on the same schedule, so the kids are growing up.
hmm Can you check if your light is still green on your mic? Okay, good. Yeah. So, one thing that I did want to go back into was how we go about uh, our discussion or our disagreements or arguments. And that was something that I think is a key part because during that whole time that we're like dealing with these things, adjusting, trying to get to our goal of having a house,
Mhm.
there was a lot of difficult moments where we had a lot of arguments and disagreements and stuff. And we always, the reason why we were always able to pull through because I feel like a lot of relationships, if they didn't have these things, they would have failed
Yeah.
because it is a big deal because it has a lot to do with money.
Yeah.
Is us understanding that this is, and you probably heard it before, but like it's us versus whatever the problem is.
Yeah.
And if you look at it like that, and you take the emotions out of it, and don't like take it as attacking each other, because
Yeah.
we have to remind each other sometimes to not feel defensive about it. Like, hey, I'm upset with this thing right
Yeah.
here. We need to work together to try and solve this problem. It could be anything. It could be
Yeah.
something small like, hey, I don't have as much money as I thought I did for this week, and I need gas and groceries or whatever, and then we got to figure out a way to make it work and not be like attacking each other, like, why do you have less money or stuff like that.
Mhm.
You got to have enough trust between the both of you
Yeah.
to be able to be open like that, because it is hard talking about those kinds of things. Money is a very difficult thing to talk about. But me and my wife, we if we're low on money, we let each other know. And
Yeah.
honestly, being a man, it was uh embarrassing for me to like admit that sometimes.
Hmm.
Where I'm like, dude, I've spent a lot of money this month, and I need you to cover this for like the next 2 weeks because I don't have anything left. I've already paid all these bills and paid all this gas or whatever, and
Yeah.
it could be whatever, and I need help. And so us being able to communicate with that and respecting each other when those times come up, like obviously don't abuse those moments,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
because
gonna
that can
happen
definitely
often.
happen, you know.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't happen anymore, but because some people will be like, oh, like I don't have money all the time. They say
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
like, but there has to be a balance, and you have to be able to detach yourselves from the problem and focus on that.
Hmm.
But so let's see. Let's go with. Oh my goodness. There's some interesting topics on here. I want to go over. I don't want to get too far into the marriage and relationship part because I do want to save it for some other episodes,
Hmm.
some of these other topics. Let's get into some parenting, or yeah, parenthood stuff. And first off, I want to talk about sleep deprivation, and when it comes to being a parent, and uh, what I think a man should be doing when your wife has a baby. I think when your wife brings a baby home, a man needs to be getting up with the baby. Um, in my opinion, my first child was with somebody else, and at the time I was very young and competing in college, wrestling, and going to school full time. I didn't think that way because I wasn't ready to be a dad or anything like that. But now that I'm more mature, and it was kind of like a decision, to have the baby.
Yeah.
When that baby came, I felt very bad for my wife because I saw what was happening to her. It was a very difficult pregnancy, and you never know like what it's going to be like once the baby's here. You never know if it's going to be a baby that
Yeah, it
sleeps
was
through the
something
night.
different for us because it was
Yeah.
our first kid
First
together,
together, where we get to
and we
experience
were
the whole
only,
thing.
yeah, we were married. We weren't married for a year yet. 'Cause it was that year that we got married
Yeah.
that I got pregnant. So
She, I think for the most part, a guy needs to be getting up with the baby. It's really not that hard. And it gives you a chance to get time with that baby that
hmm
you're not going to get during the day when you're at work, even though you're tired. Because I still get, well, I don't really lose that much sleep anymore, but I still get up with
thankfully
our
he
son.
sleeps better now.
Yeah, because there was like a long time where like I was not sleeping good every
Yeah.
day. But it was, like I said, part of, in my opinion, being a man of the house and being a good husband and father. You have to do those kinds of things.
Well, even like a good human being because
Yeah.
the woman already went through all that stuff and still has
Yes.
to try and breastfeed and pump and
Mm-hmm.
losing sleep and feeding the baby and the all the feelings. So like it's just a good thing to do for another person, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you say you love this person and you're married to them.
Yeah. Because like I know, speaking as a guy, you want to take care of your family. You want to provide these things, and I was providing comfort and sleep for my wife because I couldn't
Yeah.
provide that much in that situation because
Right.
she has to be the one to
To
breastfeed
feed,
if she's
yeah.
going to breastfeed. Some people don't, but
Yeah.
and she has all this time where she's not able to rest because she's freaking pregnant. She's got a big old watermelon in her belly,
Hmm.
and then she has to push it out and all this kind of stuff. Like it's just crazy
Yeah.
thinking about it. And I'm over here like I,
Right.
I'm useless. I'm
Yeah.
not helping this at all, other than trying to make her feel as comfortable as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so the advice I would give for sure to a guy who's going to be having a baby is suck it up and do this for your wife. I don't care where you're at. I work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was coaching, teaching jujitsu, and working a full-time job, and it was a laborer job, and I was still doing these things because it's what I think needed to be done.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of rewards from it. There's a lot of benefits from it. She was a lot happier, and
Right.
I'm incredibly close to the baby. Like the baby is attached to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like that. Um, but yeah, that's just something that I wanted to talk about because I think dudes need to hear that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, it really, honestly, disgusts me when I hear about like guys like just not
Yeah.
doing those kinds of things. And I'm just like, dude,
Machismo.
yeah, very machismo, and I'm just like, dude, like you don't want to take care of your kids. Like these are your kids too.
Right.
You
Or your
can't.
wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is your wife. She brought these kids aren't even here if it's not for her, and you're over here just freaking going out drinking and doing all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, I made some bad choices too, but now that I'm older and I understand what's going on, it's like, dude, like
Right.
I need to take care of these people. I need to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, here's a good one. Losing your identity when you become a mom or dad. You think you could touch on that?
um, I don't know. How do I start it?
No, just start rambling. What comes to your mind on that?
I think it depends on the person who's becoming a parent if they lose their identity or whatever.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I lost very much time.
Uh huh.
Am I free?
Yeah, you're in
Um,
frame. I was just making sure that I didn't stop the video.
I think that in my situation or my opinion, I think when I first had my first child, I think that I needed that, you know,
The
like
identity.
I didn't, yeah, like that was, and well, kind of in a way that's like, that's all that I really am is a parent.
Uh huh.
There's nothing else much to me, but that's what I'm saying. To me, it didn't change much because I don't feel, and I don't mean this like in a bad way for me. I mean like I didn't have much like going on
Oh yeah,
or you
like you were
know what I
just
mean.
working
Like
and
I'm
that was it.
just like yeah, it was
Yeah.
just me. But then I became a mom, and well then that was like what I cared about, I guess.
Yeah. Well, how do you keep yourself from losing that now? Because there's times where you're just in mom mode the whole time,
Yeah,
and maybe you forget I'm also a wife. I'm also a lady. I'm not just a mom.
yeah. Sometimes I guess, but not never in like a bad way.
Uh huh.
Like where I'm like I don't know because I think especially right now I have a little bit more free time that
Mhm.
Selena is now older, and I'm doing the banners and you know and I read books and like those it's just the things that I enjoy. I think feel good or whatever when other parents maybe their identity or whatever is like to be out there in the world doing something else, you know.
Yeah.
But mine is just I just want to be home all the time.
Yeah, you're
So
definitely a homebody.
yeah.
These days, I definitely wish I could be a homebody. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that I struggle with sometimes, of remembering not me losing the identity of a dad, but me losing the identity of, well, how do I word it? Like sometimes I feel like I don't have enough time to get to be a dad as much as I want.
Hmm.
And so, like today, for instance, I don't get a lot of time off to do things that I want to do because I have a lot of hobbies. I play games, watch TV, watch a lot of UFC, stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
don't really get to do a ton of it, especially now with wrestling season and stuff. Um, and I was home with the kids today, and for like the first couple hours, I just felt real lazy. I was like, I'm gonna take this time for myself. I need to do these things. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna rot on the couch. Kids are running around and very clearly want my attention.
Hmm.
And then I finally was like, I need to be a dad right now. And even though I don't feel like doing this because finally have some time to do whatever I want, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I need to do this. And so then I played with my kids for like an hour straight, and I was really tired after because it was when we play, it's always like us wrestling
Right.
and chasing them around and all sorts of stuff, and we get all sweaty and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And that part is hard for me because I want to remember because my favorite identities are being a dad, a
Right.
husband, and then
Yeah.
a coach. Coach is always last on that list.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it feels like my main identity is coach, and I have all these other people to take care of, but really my main thing is being a husband and a dad.
Yeah.
And so finding that balance.
Right.
Um are we still friends even without the kids?
What does that mean?
That's just the topic of the question. Do you think we're still friends even without if we didn't have kids, would we still be going good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. We kind of got that
We'd
tested
be
too.
better, right?
Yeah, I definitely think that we had like those moments too where we knew because there was times where like the kids would be gone for like the weekend or something
Mm-hmm.
from co-parenting,
Right.
and then we'd have a whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Miss those times. It's quiet.
Yeah.
House is
Pretty
loud now
quiet.
every day.
No, those were. I like those days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely don't know if I would because I would rather still have the kids.
Oh
We've talked
yeah.
about it
Yeah.
before.
For sure.
But when those times come, you definitely like, whoo,
Appreciate it.
yeah, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
I definitely think that we're friends, even without him.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Oh baby.
Hey, stay over there. Stay over there out of the camera. Right there.
It's right there, baby. What do you need? Okay. Just give me a little bit more, okay?
No.
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 You need to go over there, okay? You got this. I'll cook right now. Go.
That's all right. How did you deal with postpartum? Sabdiel.
Something. Okay. Okay.
No, the baby's in there sleeping.
It's not in that room.
Oh,
In my
okay.
room. Okay. Be quiet though and don't come out.
All right, what time is it at so I can cut that out? Anyways, okay. So, how did you go about dealing with postpartum depression slash anxiety after the baby?
With Sully?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was different with FDL, but
Yeah. I know it was a lot better this time because I like had you helping me and like to rely on and stuff like that, and your family too. Um, that helped me a lot.
how
But
so?
well, because we had just moved in, so there was always somebody who would hold him or you know, play with him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So all those times I could shower, I don't know, cook, do something, I
Do
guess.
something for
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, in a way, I guess. I mean, I was still focused on the baby, but it is help
Yeah.
because rather than not having it at all, then it's all on you to do all those things with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, yeah, I was lucky to have your family and you because I don't think I definitely get anxiety, but I wasn't like depressed either of my pregnancies. Like, maybe it was just anxiety, worrying about the future, worrying about the baby, normal stuff. I would say some other women get it worse, so I think I had a good postpartum
Yeah.
this time around.
I think so too. From the outside looking in, I felt like you were doing okay. The only time I felt like it would ever come up is when we would talk about like trying to get a
The
house and
house, yeah, I
stuff.
think that was, yeah,
I felt like most of that stuff still went around
yeah,
there.
but I don't think it stemmed from like the postpartum or anything. I
Yeah.
think it was just
Here's a good one. This is one that I always, every day I think about this one. The good enough parent philosophy. And I would probably say feeling like you're doing a good job as a parent. How do you feel like you're doing a good enough job? Like, are there signs or things that you take in that you're like, okay, maybe I am doing a good job? Or are you just always wondering, "Eh, are you doing a good job? You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm always wondering, but when there are times that my kids, because as long as my kids are safe and nothing's hurting them,
Yeah.
and I know we aren't hurting them, so that feels good.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they have everything they need. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say that for the longest time when I was a single parent, that it felt like I had to do all these things a certain way because I didn't like these things happening to me when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And then as you get
Oh
older,
yeah.
you realize the mistakes that you made, and then you get to try and
Because not everything is
adjust.
just sunshine and rainbows,
No,
and
it's hard.
you know.
And I know that we're doing a good job. Our kids love us. They're healthy.
Happy.
They're happy. Definitely happy. And they're attached to our hips all the time. They're always wanting to see what we're doing. Always wanting to play. Always wanting to do something and talk to us. And
We got those kids. You know how they say like living room kids or bedroom kids.
Velcro
We
kids.
got all room kids.
Yes,
Wherever we go, they're there.
literally. It doesn't matter what room we go to. They are
Yeah.
trying to be in that room on top of us the whole time.
Yep. Even the
And
restroom.
yes, I was going to the bathroom earlier, doing a number two, and Suliam came in and gave me no privacy. And I'm like, dude, it stinks in here.
I forgot
He
to
goes,
show you
poop?
that. Yes.
Poop? I'm like, yes. And he wanted to wipe my butt. I was
Oh, I
like,
know
dude,
you said that to
no.
me too.
I'm like, no, you don't want to wipe my butt.
I know. There, this I forgot to show you a video that I took. I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe. I went in the restroom after work. Both of them come into the restroom and they start playing together in there, like if they were fighting, like, and they're like falling on the floor. And I'm like, do they not see me here?
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm literally going to the restroom and they're just playing around.
Yeah. I have a subject that I think I want to talk about, and that is going dealing with parenting a stepkid, because that's a hard one. I think
Yeah.
that's a hard one
Yeah.
because we were single parents for quite a like a couple. Actually, I was a single parent for a while,
Yeah. Before.
and you weren't a single parent for as long. You were only for like a year or almost 2 years.
Yeah,
Almost
2 years. Yeah.
And then mine was like 3. No, no, we were. Mine was like 2.
When I met
Also.
him, he was 4 already.
Yeah. So it was about the same amount of time that we were single parents. Yes, because I had left her way before
Oh
that.
yeah, because he was older when you get separated, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was getting confused. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
anyways,
guess.
I
Except I
think
was
that
more mature.
what?
I said, except I was more mature.
Yeah. Um, that was a dig at me because I'm not very mature.
Still not.
I'm definitely immature. But we, I think dealing with how to go about parenting a stepkid can be hard because people are
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna look at that kid as my own, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's not
To a
as
certain
easy as you
extent,
think.
but it's yeah, it's
Yeah,
the deeper. Like
it's a lot
you
deeper
could
than
take
that.
care of them as your other kid, like,
Yes,
feed them and buy them things or whatever. But
it's the emotional part and the connection part
yeah,
that is hard
yeah,
because this kid, especially like with my oldest, like he knows he knows that this lady isn't her mom. He knows that you're not his mom,
Yeah.
And at the time, I remember meeting Zebdiel. He was like, "Who's this white guy?"
Yeah.
But he was like young, young. He was like a year old.
Yeah.
Um, but like learning how to navigate that, because also at the same time, me and her are having to parent our own kids that we've had to parent on our own
Right. The
or
different
co-parent,
parenting.
and then we have to mesh our parenting styles
Yeah, which was
together.
not the same.
No, it was very different. Very
Very
different.
different.
I was very soft at first because my parents were hard. Like my dad was hard on me in a good way, and there was times that like I didn't agree with it, and so then I was like, oh well, maybe if I did it this way, my kid won't feel like how I did at this point. And in the end, I was really honestly hurting that. I was hurting my kid more because I was setting him up for failure or
You
allowing
weren't
him to
teaching
create.
them anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't teaching them the things that they needed,
Yeah.
and that's where that's where some of the good enough part comes from, because I'm like, man, I don't think I was doing a good job.
Hmm.
Now, obviously, that has adjusted and changed quite a bit over the years, but
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of growth from the oldest kid. But even like with Sabdio, when I was parenting him, like it was hard. It was hard because he was very different than my oldest
Yeah.
or our oldest, and I was an impatient dude sometimes because he would make me lose my patience like crazy
Yeah.
because I don't even really know what it was. It was just like me not. I don't know. It was just weird. It's hard to explain because you like when you have a kid and you know it's yours, like it came from you. Once that baby's born, like you immediately have this
Well, it's a
connection.
feeling. Yeah.
It's like a feeling you cannot explain it unless you've had a kid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, because as soon as my son was born, or our oldest was born, I was like, I would kill people for this kid, and that same feeling wasn't there because I don't even know this kid. This kid's a
Right.
stranger,
It's a stranger.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and it's different. Like, and I know that this kid comes from somebody else
Yeah.
that I don't agree with on things, you know, and so it's hard for me
Right.
in those aspects. But then over time, I start to learn how to, because every kid you kind of gotta parent them different. Every single kid,
Yeah.
because even how he treats the baby is different.
It's different. Yeah.
Um,
They all have
and
different needs.
yeah, they do. They really do. And you have to communicate with them differently. But the
Mhm.
discipline in that, the expectations are the
Mhm.
same.
Right.
Those need to be the same so everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
And there's no like, because then you're going to create resentment between the kids. Like, oh, well, this kid gets away with this and this one doesn't.
I
They're
think
going to
that's
notice those
what's
things.
hard. I think when we say like it's not easy being a step parent, but a lot of times it's just one kid.
Yeah.
We have two that we
Yes.
had to try and mesh together,
Yep.
and that's what made it hard
Yeah.
because you're trying to protect your kid, I'm trying to protect mine, and obviously there's issues, and well, I'm gonna see it as like, well, I'm gonna protect my kid,
Yeah.
like from
That
this
part
other
was
kid.
hard
Yeah.
because we were also like, I was pretty open right away too to being like, you, if you're going to parent if we're going to be together, like you need to parent
Yeah.
you need to parent my kid too.
But it's just not. It's easier said than done
Oh, it's so hard.
because this kid still has a whole
Another
nother
parent.
parent that
Yeah.
I really have no say in, especially when it's a mom, because
Yes.
I get almost all the say in my kid, even with two other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I would say that that was definitely another very difficult thing of us
Hmm.
being together and having to navigate that
Yeah, for sure.
because and now it's so different. Like I look at Zebdiel and I'm literally like, sometimes I forget he didn't come from me.
Yeah, because it's just been
I've been around him so
so.
much.
And
Like,
again, it's just different because he lives here.
yeah,
So it's just so it's different.
yeah.
We
Jackson not being
yeah
here, it definitely makes it hard.
yeah
And he's very, very smart and well spoken and sometimes that is not a good thing because he will be a turd and let us know how he feels. But those kinds of things are things that I don't think people talk about. I've honestly, I don't know if I've ever even came across something on TikTok like of other people talking about this subject of dealing with a step kid
Yeah.
and how to navigate it and create a healthy connection with this kid. Because it's not that you need to see them as your own,
Mhm.
because that's not what my goal was. My goal is to let this kid know that I want to be his dad,
Mhm.
not not replace his dad, but
Mhm.
I want to be a dad to him.
Yeah.
And I also want to instill these things into him that I think will help him in the future.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we wouldn't have chosen each other if we obviously didn't think that we would also be good parents at the same time because we both had kids in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, because I also knew that I wanted you to instill things into my oldest because there was things that I knew he wasn't getting that I immediately saw from you that was good. And I was like, I want her to put those qualities into my kid,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it's starting to slowly get there. And that's the other thing too is like it takes a long time,
Yeah. It
literally
does.
years, till
Years.
you start to even notice anything.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was rough
Oh
at the
yeah,
beginning.
that part was definitely very hard. Um, yeah, and them being together, because obviously when they got together, my oldest was like, "What the heck?" And I could definitely tell because of things that he would say to me, because he wasn't with me as much as Zebdio.
Yeah.
And he would literally ask me, "Is Zebdio going to go to his dad's?" When he would leave, because he didn't want him to be there if he wasn't there,
Yeah.
because it meant he's home with me more when my oldest
While
was
I'm
trying.
gone, they're together.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that created resentment between those two
Yeah.
for a long time because the oldest is like, why does he get to stay here and I don't?
Yeah.
You know, and those are difficult things to navigate.
Mhm.
And then now you look at them and they're like freaking best buds.
Yeah. And he's
And
gotten kind of over it, I guess. Like
yeah, I think so.
understanding
Yeah, I think
that it
he's
won't
gotten over
change
it.
anything
Yeah,
too, because being young and probably thinking that you don't, because when you're little, you don't know that, like you don't know a lot of things, like you
yeah.
just don't obviously won't understand separation, two different homes or
Hmm.
step siblings, but obviously now he does understand.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely fully aware now.
Now he's fine.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about. Whoa, these are a little dark. Okay, let's talk about how we go about keeping each other happy. Because could be a wide variety of things.
It's a
Uh,
lot of things,
yeah,
a lot of little
how
things.
yeah, a lot of little things. How do we go about letting each other know that we're still thinking about each other? How do you go about that? Do you ever consciously think like I'm gonna let him know that I'm thinking about him right now, or I don't know.
Yeah, when I cook something that you might like, I don't know. Or
Yeah.
buy something like I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I definitely think like that too. Like if I go somewhere and I remember to get like a snack or something for you, even though you didn't ask me or something,
Right?
and
Yeah.
because like I said earlier, is I'm incredibly busy, so it's very hard because I have people literally messaging me all day about all these different things.
Yeah.
Very distracting, like a shit ton of distractions all day
Yeah.
long, every single day of the week.
Hmm.
And honestly, all 7 days, every freaking day, it's like that.
Yeah.
And so it's hard, but I think like for the like honestly this I've been thinking about this for weeks since we started the podcast that I want to do this with you because it
Yeah.
gives us a chance to talk about stuff that we like to talk about.
Yeah.
And like in my opinion, spend good time together because
Right.
I like that.
Sure.
And like last night we just like I asked her on a date and we were supposed to sit down and go and eat, but then we got real lazy last
Yeah.
night. She was like, I don't know if I want to sit down and eat. Maybe we
Or
could go
get
get food.
ready.
Yeah, or get ready.
No.
Yeah, that's different for
And our
you.
favorite restaurant wasn't even open, so it was
Yeah,
like, eh.
But that sandwich was still good. I ate it right before you got here. It was yummy. But I think making sure that you're still letting each other know that that you have to be pursuing each other still.
Yeah.
And that's something that because I've had people literally tell me like, "Oh, you're gonna get out of the honeymoon phase."
Oh
Everybody always
yeah.
says that.
Yeah.
Always the honeymoon phase.
Still. Yeah.
Yeah, they still say it.
Yeah. Like just wait. Just
Just
wait.
wait. And I'm like,
Give it
well,
another
it's
year.
almost 5 years and there's
Yeah.
still nothing. And
Yeah.
I think it's because of how we built the foundation of the
Yeah.
relationship is what we
Definitely.
focused on right away.
Yeah.
And so I really don't feel like we're ever going to get out of the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And we also understand like when we're both very busy, like
Yeah.
there's going to be a chance for us to make up that time, and chase each other again. And
Exactly.
yeah, because you can get lost, and that's when like people will start to you know, cheat and do things like that and make bad choices on the relationship and
Yeah.
because they're not pursuing each other, they're not thinking about each
I
other.
think it helps too that me and you are like we get happy with the smallest things. Like
Uh-huh.
let's say I don't know, we just get wine or snacks or and we sit down and watch a TV show or a movie together. Like
Uh-huh.
we're happy just with that. Like we
Yeah,
don't have to do all these like
big things.
big huge things like and I think that helps because in somebody else's mind, well I want this is where when I think that you do love me or you're happy with me if you do all these grand things
Yeah, these
and
grand
not
gestures.
the small things even though they may be already doing those really small things. But
Uh-huh.
I think it just takes two people that are okay or happy with not the bare minimum but like the amount that you are getting from that person.
Yeah, because like some people they're like, oh, I want to go on all these trips, I want to do all these things together. If my husband
Mm-hmm.
isn't making me do this, if my wife isn't cooking for me all the time, or like
Mm-hmm.
all these different things,
Yeah,
and then the relationship is like shit.
because you're
And
just so stressed about you
about the other
know
person not doing enough,
and not doing that. Yeah,
and it's dumb. I think
or you
that's really
having to
stupid.
be the person who has to like the cooking thing. Like it's not on me ever to cook, but I'm going to do it because you're busy. You're not even home. I can't expect you
Yeah,
to cook for me. I have to get it done.
yeah, that part actually kind of sucks because I actually like cooking, and I don't cook as good a meals as she does.
Yeah.
Her
Well, I
cooking
have it
is
down already.
Yeah,
That's
your cooking is way
why.
better than
It's
mine.
a learning
Yeah,
curve.
there's some things that I can make that are good and stuff. And like there'll be times where I'm cooking all the time and like all
Yeah.
week I'm cooking every freaking meal and
Or
but
like the
definitely
laundry, like that
yeah.
could be stressful. Nobody likes laundry. Now imagine having to be the partner that has to do the other partner's laundry and the kids' laundry. Like
Yeah, that part's crazy to
it's
me.
like it is crazy because sometimes I'm like, wow, people would be doing their partner's laundry right now. But
Dude, you know how freaking normal that is
it
too?
is so normal, and that's
Like
what I'm like.
everybody I know does that.
Yeah, literally everybody.
And I'm like, dude, that should not be a thing.
It shouldn't. Yeah,
Like
it could
okay.
be a good like
It could be something that maybe you
gesture.
guys communicate about and like have an
Yeah,
agreement on.
yeah, an agreement
That's
on
totally
that.
fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
But like, if you're just like, because usually
Like
how
you
you see
have to
it,
do my laundry
yeah,
or
usually how you see it
if
is
I
the
don't
dude makes the wife do the
because then it's a
laundry.
stressful situation like
Yes.
I didn't wash your clothes they're going to be angry at me or like oh my gosh I did this to their clothes like I'm
Yeah.
not going to have that on me.
Whereas like, or I could just be like, hey, my laundry basket's filled. I need to go put a load in there.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, like expecting, you can't have expectations sometimes because you don't know like how you're feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could be like, man, my wife is having a shitty day, and then I come home and I'm like, you didn't do any of my laundry? You
Right.
didn't cook
Yeah.
a meal? Like,
Yeah.
what the heck? And
Yeah.
in reality, I should just be like, oh, well, she must have been busy, or maybe she was feeling like lazy today or something,
Right.
And that's all a part of like
Yeah.
the balance thing. It's like recognizing like
Yeah. Balance.
maybe I got to do a little bit more today. Oh, that's a great point. I've talked about this
Uh-huh.
before with people. Is sometimes you don't have you don't feel 100%. every day. I don't know. Like some days I feel 100%. It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Same with you. But maybe you feel like 60%. And but I gave you all 60% of what I had that day. I still gave you 100%
Yeah. Of what you had.
of
Yeah.
what I had for the
Yeah.
day. And as a when you're in a relationship, you need to, especially if you're living with them, you need to recognize what percent is this person at. I've even heard of people like communicating it and be like, hey, look, like in the morning they literally check in with each other at some point, and they tell each other like, hey, I'm at like 40% today. You have to be, as a partner, able to pick up that other 60,
right,
so that you guys as a couple will be at 100%.
Yeah.
Even on the days that you don't feel like doing it, because there are some days where like I'm so busy and I come home and she's just not feeling it,
Yeah.
and I could either be one pissed that she didn't do shit all day, which that doesn't really happen,
Yeah.
but I could be pissed. There's an example. I could be pissed about it, or I could try and recognize, but maybe she needs something from me right now, even though, and I have to be selfless in that act, in that time, and be like, okay, there's a lot of dishes over there. I'm gonna go do the dishes.
Yeah.
And hence why I did some dishes while you were gone. I was like, there was a lot of dishes. Or when you
Right.
cooked all that freaking food that was bomb, I ate so damn much, and there was food left out. Well, she still had a banner, and I'm like, I worked all day. I worked literally 12 hours that day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go do the dishes. She's doing something that she really enjoys, and this is a chance for me to give back to her today.
Right.
And I do think it is about being selfless and giving each other when you can.
Yeah.
And when you think of it, because it doesn't take much. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Me doing the dishes is a pain in the butt, but at the same time, it's also like you're gonna look over there and be like, oh,
I know. Yeah.
one less thing I have to do.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
And the best time to do those things is when they're not expecting it.
Yeah. True.
Don't wait for people to tell you to do it. Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
But like, my favorite things that you do are when I'm not expecting it. I come home and I'm like, did you cook anything today? And you're like, yeah, I made this. And I'm like, fuck.
I can't wait. Yeah.
I can't wait to eat that.
It's those things. Because then you think, like, what if I hadn't cooked anything? Like, then you would have to be the one who cooked. Like, it's just, I think we give each other, like, 100% of whatever we have. Or, every day, I would say.
Every single day. And that's the thing, is you have to be incredibly disciplined about it.
Yeah.
If you're not disciplined about your relationship, then you're going to have, kinks in it, and you don't want that to happen. Because if one person doesn't, pick up when they need to, when the other person is slacking, you got to be able to pick each other up. That's a part of the relationship. It's choosing to help each other and love each other and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually one of the topics right here. Okay.
What?
Marriage myths that Hollywood sold us on. What are some marriage myths? I don't know if I can think of any.
I don't know.
I feel like there's definitely some out there. I'm trying to think.
Myths?
I will definitely say that one of my least favorite things that Hollywood tries to project on people is cheating.
Oh, yeah.
The Notebook, prime example. One of the most famous romance movies ever.
It's also so good, but
yeah, amazing movie. That's what I was gonna say. Also, amazing movie. But like, the chick is literally cheating on this guy. Like, I hate that.
On another good guy too.
Yeah, on another good guy.
Because it wasn't like those situations where it's like, oh, thank God she went back to. Yes. She was unsafe or whatever. No, that was perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was perfectly fine, and she fell in love with this other really toxic relationship. It was a very toxic relationship between those two. Now, love is love. Yeah. If you're gonna choose each other, you're gonna choose each other. But I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff so much, the cheating stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like pushing it into into those things.
Yeah, there's a lot
making
of
it seem like it's okay.
And TV shows, the toxic cycles, or within relationships, like they did this. But even with smaller things, like when we talked about not physically cheating, but emotionally cheating, that's still something that
shouldn't be
be
happening.
happening. And if that were to ever happen, our whole relationship would just crumble down.
Yeah, because then trust is gone.
Yeah.
And honestly,
We're
like,
nothing without trust.
yeah, literally nothing. I definitely am at fault of these kinds of things, like just not being the person that I should be in a relationship, and that's a hard pill to swallow. It is one that I have though, and understanding where like the wrongs that I've made and recognizing like this is something that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Even if you're not with, even if you don't like the person, just end it.
Yeah.
Just end it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you're gonna be okay, and then you can make better choices, and you don't hurt people as much. You know, and me being young and stupid, you make stupid mistakes, and so, and that's the whole point of bringing this up is like, hopefully, if somebody's younger and they see those kinds of things, they hear this and they're like, okay, maybe I need to make a better choice right now, and you know, because
because you're also hurting yourself in the end.
Yes.
By being that person
Yes.
who hurts others.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
What is another myth? I don't know if I can think of any off the top of my head. Some people say that love at first sight is a myth.
Love at first sight?
Yeah. I don't think so. I definitely felt it when I first saw you. I've talked about it before that as soon as I opened the door when you came to my apartment, I literally was like genuinely shocked. Like if I had, and it also immediately felt like I knew you. And we've talked about that, you know, that
Yeah, how we felt. Yeah.
how we both felt like right away.
Yeah.
So I think that when people say that's a myth, they're wrong. You just don't know it until you feel it, kind of thing. I was just watching a video of the crocodile hunter. Oh my gosh, what the heck is his name? I can't remember his name. I feel so bad now. Oh, what am I on? Steve Irwin. I was gonna call him Austin Irwin.
I was like, what?
But he was literally just talking about how he was teaching a like something with the crocodiles, and in the crowd he saw this lady, and it was his wife. Not his. It was his future wife.
Yeah.
Wasn't his wife at the time, and he saw her in the crowd, and he said it literally felt like all of a sudden there was like 50 plus people or whatever watching this thing, and all he could focus on was her. And they got married.
Only lucky people feel that.
Yeah.
Lucky people.
So I definitely think that that's true. What's the worst relationship advice you've ever gotten?
Relationship advice.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I don't know. You go first.
Well, I don't know if I've really gotten like the worst relationship advice. I don't know if I can't recall any time, but there's been like moments. Well, one of them, I'm gonna tell this one because it's funny, and so I was telling my coworkers last year about an argument that we had, and it was like a tiny argument.
Yeah.
And me being like, yeah, she got mad at me over this, and I'm like, you know, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something like really dumb.
Yeah.
You know, that we were disagreeing about, and I'm telling two coworkers, and one of them, and he looks over at me, and he literally just goes, "Man, I hate to say it, bro, but you guys ain't gonna make it." And then he just walked away. He was dead ass serious, and then me and my other coworker were like, "What the fuck?"
I know, and it was like the smallest thing. I can't even remember what it was about.
And then we were like, man, you guys ain't gonna make it. We're just like struck because we're just like, what the fuck is
probably about you not eating your leftovers.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, and now we say that all the time to each other. It's like a joke. We're always like, bro, I don't think you gonna make it.
That's so funny.
I love it when people like to input on our relationship, because we're giving advice, or we're like kind of giving advice, but also just kind of like sharing our experience so that
Our
we can
own
pick
stuff,
apart
yeah.
things,
Because every relationship is just so different
Oh
because
yeah, it's very
everybody
different.
is different, you know?
Yes, that's part of the importance. It's like recognizing that this person grew up entirely different than
Oh,
you.
yeah.
They're not going to see eye to eye with you all the time,
The
and
way
that's
they
okay.
view love is different,
Yeah,
relationships is different.
but you
Like,
got to figure out what you are willing to compromise, what
yeah.
they're
And
willing
how
to
we want
compromise.
our relationship to be,
Yeah,
you know?
you got to communicate with that. And if it isn't jiving, it ain't working. You need to also recognize when it's time to leave.
Yeah,
Because that's another thing.
honestly.
People stick around too long.
Yeah.
Stick around way too long. But anyways, nobody's giving you bad advice.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's advice towards my own relationship, though. I just, people tell me, like, about, like, the honeymoon
Oh yeah.
phase or, like, that just wait or, you know,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and do a couple of funny things before we cut this off.
What?
Let's go over some of our like uh ticks, I guess you want to say, or like things that you do all the time that you think are funny or whatever, or things that we notice about each other that we do all the time. You want me?
You're really stinky, smelly farts. I don't know how I've survived this long or how anybody in your household has survived. It's just not normal. It's not normal, and I've made an appointment for you.
You're gonna see a colonologist. You're
A
getting a
poop expert.
colonoscopy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're getting
Yeah.
your new butthole.
Or like the way you forget
Oh
an
yeah, this
insane
just came.
amount of things. Like not just like you forgot,
This
like
just came up last night.
it's just like every time. Like I can't
Maybe you
like
need
I give you a list of things to get at the store and it's like three things
Yeah.
and you still forget one because you're and it's not like I know you don't mean to and you're not and you're really trying that I think this is what makes me mad is that you were actually trying your hardest not to forget. Like I don't even feel sorry for you anymore. But like you everybody knows you in this town and you know, or you get a text or and you feel that you have to answer it right away and then boom that you've already lost concentration. Maybe it's that concentration. You don't have much of that.
Honestly, that's the biggest.
And because I am the way I am, like it makes it really hard. But
oh yeah,
you know,
I feel terrible because like I talked about earlier is I have so many people constantly reaching out to me all day long, every day.
Yeah.
Because I have lots of social media things going on. I have a business of my own, and I'm coaching full time. I'm coaching a kids club full time. So I have 3 different programs that I'm running right now, and then I have a full time job, and then I'm also trying to pursue other incomes like from social media and stuff. And so I have sometimes I'm in communications with companies or I'm working deals to try and get stuff for whatever.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
right.
I'm very involved in the community, and so like every time I go out, somebody is stopping to talk to me.
And it's not for like, hi, how are you? No, it's like, yes. Oh, did you hear this? Or oh my gosh, I've been meaning to tell you. Or you know, this whole thing about literally anything.
Yes.
And then boom, you've lost.
Yeah.
There's no hope and that you'll remember.
And what sucks too is every time, and not saying that I don't appreciate talking to you, I love talking to people, but
yeah,
I also am like trying to mentally prepare every single time I go into a store. Like, don't forget these things. You know somebody's gonna come and talk to you, and I'm not shitting you. Every single time I go somewhere, somebody stops me and talks to me. It could be Walmart in the next town over.
Yeah.
It happens in Tri-Cities sometimes. Yeah. And it's like all the time. And I try not to lose concentration. I still do. Yep. I forget what one thing. I'll be like, all right, I gotta look at this list. And sometimes I'll have all the items on the list, and I don't read it enough to remember like, oh, there's that third item in there. I just didn't even grab that. Didn't even go down the aisle. Sometimes I go down the aisle and I don't even look for the item. Because that's when I get stopped
Yeah.
by somebody. I'm looking at the item like, oh, I need to grab some hot Cheetos, and then that's when I get
Which
stopped
we
by
all
somebody.
do that. It's like normal, but yours is like an excessive amount. That's every time. Or like, yeah, last night that you were going to. Where were you going?
I'm turning there.
Oh, I know. It's like
Dude,
really.
it's freezing.
I know. My fingers are freezing.
All right.
You want to check if it's still recording or whatever?
Still going.
What time is it at?
We are at an hour and 20 minutes. We're almost done though. So.
Yeah.
Last night.
Oh yeah, last night. You're on your phone looking at the menu. Oh, I did.
Yeah. Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go get it. Well, I'm not sure how long my mic was cut out for, but
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm close enough to you that it probably still heard me.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so last night.
Yeah, you were in line to pay at Marshall's. You're looking at the menu on your phone for this new place that we've never ate at to order to go.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what are you gonna get? And I say the sandwich, same as yours, simple, right? We're getting both the same sandwich. And then you said the tea, and I said, oh, we're getting it, and you said,
coconut shrimp.
oh, we don't have to or whatever. And I said, yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
then I said, get the coconut. Oh, because I had asked you if there was any entrees.
Yeah, any
and
appetizers.
Like, oh, they have. You're reading through it, and I just remember the coconut shrimp or what. Oh yeah, appetizer. And I said, oh, get that. We might as well try it since it's our first time at this place. The next time we come, we know that we don't have to try it if we don't like it or whatever. This is our time that we could.
Mm-hmm.
So add that, and you literally after that read everything you had added, I don't know, to your car or whatever from the menu. So the sandwiches, the coconut.
I didn't see. That's where I went wrong. Is I didn't actually add anything to my car yet, because I tried to call them and they weren't picking up.
Oh, but this was after. This conversation was after you made the call and they didn't pick up.
What? No, it wasn't.
Oh no.
It wasn't because we left Marshall's after
that. I think I got confused because you said I'm gonna call them when we leave. When we leave.
Yeah, because it was busy in that store. It was pretty busy.
Yeah.
And I want to be like, can I get?
I know, right? Overstimulating everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have just appreciated that more because then I would be listening to you.
Yeah.
And reminded you of the order. Well, we get our order.
Splitting up after that was a bad idea because we went to two different stores.
Yeah, literally. Well, you didn't even get the coconut shrimp. Yeah. But I
also didn't even notice that I didn't get the coconut shrimp until you said it.
Yeah,
and I got the order.
But the thing was, like, I thought you didn't want the coconut shrimp. Like, it's all these things. One, you forgot. Two, you're saying that I said no when obviously I didn't. Because I'm asking.
I don't know why, but I thought you had said don't get them because I also remember purposely not getting it, and that's why which I know you didn't say that now, but in my head for some reason, because here I go again. Like I said, it is something that I need to work on big time. I go into this GameStop, and I'm the only dude in the store, and that dude is yapping my ear off when I'm in there. No shit. And then a new customer came in. I forgot to mention this. He is yapping the whole time. I'm like trying, and he's like, hey, what are you doing, man? And I'm like, literally, I'm in GameStop, and I'm trying to make my order. And I tell him that I'm trying to make an order online for food. And he is yapping the whole time, asking me all these different questions and all these kinds of things. And so I'm not trying to put blame on it. But that one was like extreme.
That's what happens, though, to you. If somebody's in your ear, you're just like, I can't focus on anything.
I gotta remember all this shit that my wife wants, and it wasn't even that many things.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
And this is what was so funny.
Yeah.
Some other guy comes back in, and I notice he has a receipt in whatever he must have just bought something from there. And then that guy starts yapping his ear off after I've placed my order. And the guy literally says, like, why are you talking to me so much? And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And so I'm like listening to this.
Oh my god.
And he's like, what do you mean? And he's like, I was just in here not that long ago and you didn't say shit to me. Yeah, I was like, whoa, so fucking confrontational, dude.
What the hell?
Yeah, I swear.
What the
And
hell?
I was like at the other end of the store, and there was literally like 4 people in there, 2 workers, and then me and this other guy. And this other guy is like being very confrontational because this dude's like, "Hi, how you doing, man? Like, what do you got and stuff? Do you want me to hang on to that and stuff?" And the guy's like, "Dude, why the fuck are you talking to me so much right now?" And he was like, "What?" He was like, "I just feel like trying to be friendly, you know." And he was, "I was just in here, and you didn't say shit to me." I was like, "Whoa, that guy is fucking weird."
Yeah. What the heck?
And then like right after that, super nice to each other. Like if he didn't just say that shit to him.
What
It was
the heck?
super
That's
weird,
so...
and I forgot
But
to
see,
bring
it's
that
things
up.
like that.
And I
That
forgot
just
that.
that happened, and you went and looked for me at the next store over. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that also, that's one of my other pet peeves about you. Is
Wait a minute, we're not talking about pet peeves. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go, it's good.
It could be the most, and I know I think your brother AJ is the same way because I feel like Emmy has said this too. It could be the most crazy thing in the world that has ever happened to you. Oh, I forgot. Weeks later, months have passed. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that. But you've told like, and not that you didn't mean to tell me, but it just you tell someone when you remember it. Yeah, and it could be weeks or months.
Yeah, honestly.
Years probably at this point. But like your Aunt Jenny was pregnant, and that was a freaking big deal. And me and Emmy were the last ones to know. You and AJ knew. Everybody knew. Literally everybody knew, except me and her.
For like weeks.
And we were like, and people in the group chat saying things like they had already known for months. Yeah, for like weeks. And we're like, okay, wait, what? This is not a joke. Like, this is actually real. Like, me and her we were so confused. We're like, I thought we were joking about this. I thought it was a joke. But obviously it wasn't. She was for real pregnant.
We forgot to
already knew the gender and everything.
Yeah, it's because I think when my mom texted me, she texted me and AJ. It was like, "Hey, Aunt Jenny's pregnant." And shit, we're like, "Whoa!" But we were both at work when she like texted us or some shit.
I don't know.
And so then by the end of the day, so many different things happened.
Right.
It was like back in the mind.
I think it would be more a higher chance of you telling me how many times you went to the restroom at work than you telling me these life-changing things.
I went to the bathroom 5 times.
Like, I always know how many times you've gone to the restroom in a day, but not when your Aunt Jenny's pregnant. Like, why?
I don't know. I just felt like it was everybody already knew. I was like, oh, that's freaking badass. Like, they're going to have another kid? That's so cool. And then I'm like, back to work.
And I'm like, oh, last one to know. Okay.
Yeah. Another funny one that I can think of is with that story I told you about from last year when I went to that wrestling tournament and I got stuck in that bathroom. And it was like pitch black in the bathroom. Yes. This story's funny. This is a very big tournament. For any wrestlers that are watching this, if you've made it this far, I am at the Oregon Classic in Redmond. Very famous tournament. Damn near everybody in the state of Oregon goes to this tournament.
Yeah.
And I need to go to the bathroom, and there's a like we're getting ready to start a duel, and I gotta go to the bad. So I'm like racing to get to a bathroom. The one that I try to go to is packed. I find a restroom near the front doors on the other side of the stadium from the main entrance, and I go in there. It's unlocked, and I'm like, sweet. And it's like a locker room, but it's also like really, really dark. And I'm like, whatever. There's got to be a toilet in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I look, and I'm like, oh, there's toilets in here. And there's literally one light from a different room, and I can only see a little bit. And I look and saw, and there's a giant man sitting on the toilet with the stall open, shitting. And I'm like, oh my God. And the guy's like, and he doesn't even say a word. He just closes his stall door. And I was like, what the heck?
Like a movie.
Yeah, like a movie. So then I go to the restroom. I go to leave, and I go to the restroom, and as I'm going to leave, I also find out that I have 0 self-service in this part of the building. And I can't get out. The door is locked from the inside. And I'm like, what the fuck? All the doors are locked from the inside. There's doors going to the outside, and there's doors going back out the way that I came from, which was inside the lobby area. And I can't get out, and I have to be back right now for a duel. And I'm like freaking out, and I also have 0 service. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like freaking out and shit. And I'm in there for like 15 minutes trying to find a way out. And there's also a giant man in there, which I'm sure he wasn't going to do anything. He was probably like a referee or something, just trying to shit in peace.
Right.
And I see a little bit of light from one door, and I was like, fuck it. I run at this door full fucking speed and like shoulder check it, basically try and tackle this door, and I go flying out this door out into the pavement in front of all these people. I like lay all on the ground. I'm like, holy fuck. And all you can see is me just escaping a completely dark room.
Yeah, you can't even see anything.
It's like straight out of a horror movie, you know? Like a person finally breaks free of like this abandoned house. And like all these people are like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, and I just get up and I just go back in the building and then go coach. And then I didn't even tell my dad that story until we got home. If I remember it. I'm like, I remember telling him at the beginning of the duel, like, dude, you're not going to believe what the fuck just happened to me. And he goes, well, just tell me after the duel. And then I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
Until way after. But anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up for episode, honestly, I don't even know what episode it is, 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys liked it. I don't know how often it'll be, but we're definitely going to try and do this as often as we can.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we can have a guest. Because we listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah. We like them a lot. And it would be pretty cool to talk about this kind of stuff with other people too. You know?
Yeah, sure.
So, is there any last things that you want to say?
No.
All right. Well, peace. Leave a comment, like, subscribe.